You're watching News 10 Good Morning.
And good morning to you. Happy Friday, August 31st. Dan Elliott is off. I'm Jeff Maher.
And I'm Kiba Arnold, and we're going to start this morning with some breaking news. It's out of Dixon, where we're hearing about a barn fire.
Yeah, several show horses were killed as a result, and we're joined now by Dixon Fire Chief Aaron McAllister. Chief, if you can just give us the latest on this grass fire and where you guys are at with containment.
Good morning. And shortly after 1:30, we were dispatched to a barn on fire, and upon arrival, quickly elevated the alarm to a second alarm fire, which involved mutual aid response from surrounding jurisdictions. One barn was a total loss, and there was some fire extension to the neighboring barn. As we examined the scene, we did determine there were 6 show horses that were lost, that perished in the fire.
Republican presidential hopeful Mitt Romney took center stage, presenting what could be the speech of his lifetime as he accepted his party's nomination. The candidate, offering up personal insight as well as professional farsight, made his case for his presidential bid. TJ Winnick brings us the latest.
Mr. Chairman and delegates, I accept your nomination for President of the United States.
So the speeches have been delivered. The balloons dropped for the Republican National Convention. It is now over.
It's over. I tried to stay up as late as I could watching it. Got a little bit into Mitt Romney's speech. ABC News commentator Cokie Roberts has been monitoring the Republicans all week long. She joins us live. And Cokie, this was Mitt's time to shine. Would you say that he met expectations?
Yeah, I think he did as well as could be expected, but I have to say, Jeff, that is really wimpy of you if you couldn't stay up. You're on the West Coast, for heaven's sake.
Well, yeah, compared to your schedule.
Those of us on this coast were, yeah, that is really sad. But anyway, I guess they're not making young people the way they used to. But the fact is that Romney did a good job.
And invisible chair.
The invisible chair routine. You know, we were talking to Cokie Roberts this morning. She was saying that there was nothing in the teleprompter. He had no material prepped for this. He just went up there and winged it. And I would have to say that if it was anyone else, if it was a politician, if it wasn't some cultural icon, that this would have absolutely been disastrous to Mitt Romney.
Well, I think
it would have completely fallen flat. But I think people still have a real liking to Clint Eastwood just because of his iconic status. Someone did some clever editing with and actually put President Obama in that chair. Take a look.
So I've got Mr. Obama sitting here, and I just was going to ask him a couple questions. But so, Mr. President, how do you handle promises that you made when you were running for election?
In my first term, we repealed the policy known as don't ask, don't tell.
I've got to give credit where credit's due. You did overrule that.
Wait, though. In my second term, we will replace it with a policy known as it's raining men. Michelle say, yeah.
That's so. Now we're moving onward.
Where are Biggie and Tupac?
You're getting as bad as Biden.
Right back at you, buddy.
Pretty good stuff. That actually made it look better than what it was on TV. It was very awkward to watch, and I would say that it was hard to follow Eastwood at times.
You know, there are 2 people I feel sorry for this morning. One is Clint Eastwood, and the second person is the person who decided to put him on the podium because, you know, you have prime time. You've built toward this event, and then to throw away those first 15 minutes, I think, was just really unfortunate.
Well, I saw him speak in Denver a couple of years ago, and I kind of saw that coming because he does go off script and he does ramble. I was just wondering what kind of point he was trying to make with that empty chair. I was waiting for the punchline. Is he trying to suggest that President Obama is not ever there? And it never came. So it was kind of interesting. And, you know, Duff, you've been there covering the convention all week long. Who would you say is the best speaker that you've seen thus far?
Well, the one that really just captured the audience was Condi Rice.
So most would agree, well, at least most women would agree, that women have it tougher when it comes to critical remarks about how they look.
Absolutely.
I'll give you an example. The Republican convention, a little makeup malfunction, just a little malfunction, changed the focus, at least for some, on one keynote address.
Tiniest little thing.
Hate when that happens.
Gets people talking. The next thing you know, the internet was blowing up over what Condoleezza Rice looked like.
Everyone asks,
is it me, or does Condi have red lipstick on her teeth? Superficial, no question.
You're talking to
you got
someone.
it on your teeth there. I just noticed that.
Yeah. I always try to do one of these. Like, get it off, get it off.
I have to say, I have kind of a buck tooth, and it is a problem for me. I always get my lipstick.
Yeah, I have that problem all the time.
It's a great conversation starter. It's a great icebreaker.
It's not just women that get looked at that way. I mean, I was looking at Mitt Romney's brother and Clint Eastwood. I was thinking bad hair day for those guys. And Clint Eastwood probably doesn't care at his age, but you notice it.
You were awake for that?
I was awake for that. I know. Koki really, she really put me in my place.
And welcome back to News 10 Good Morning. We are following some breaking news right now. A major earthquake in the Philippines.
Yeah, this earthquake is a 7.9 magnitude. Under the sea, you're looking at a map of it there, hit the waters off the shore of the eastern Philippines. No reports yet of any immediate damage or injuries, but of course a tsunami alert is in effect, and we've seen these happen in recent months. Sometimes these earthquakes that strike off the shores of coastal areas, sometimes they result in no tsunami. We're just going to have to see how this plays out over the next couple hours.
At this point, we know more than 820,000 people are without power here along the Gulf Coast. That's the latest from New Orleans. I'm George Howell reporting. Back to you.
Long recovery ahead. George, thanks. And Harry, it'd be nice in our area if we'd get a drop of something.
A drop of something? You ready for some rain?
No.
A little bit.
Maybe a drop of sunshine. How's that? A little poetic?
And Joe, you're looking at Facebook too. Facebook has had a rough summer, to say the least, since going public. Investors and stockholders have been wondering if they should jump ship and dump their stocks, and it looks like some insiders are doing just that.
Well summarized, Jeff, absolutely. And there has been more Facebook insider selling lately. According to CNBC, Facebook co-founder Dustin Moskovitz is selling another 450,000 company shares.
Health officials are reporting 4 new cases of hantavirus in people who visited Yosemite this summer, including one person from the Sacramento area. That brings the total infected to 6. 2 of those victims have died. Some tourists are canceling their trips to Yosemite in the wake of this deadly outbreak, and park officials have closed all 91 signature tent cabins in Curry Village. That's where those infected with the virus stayed this summer. The virus is spread in the droppings of mice, which were able to enter the tent cabins. Crews are now retrofitting the tent cabins to make sure the mice can't get in. We want to go now live to Dixon. We've been following that tragic barn fire. This is a map here, and now we're getting our first live pictures of the aftermath of that barn. This was a 2-alarm fire that destroyed a barn at Dreamland Farms, where 6 show horses were killed. There's no word yet on the cause. Some of those horses were worth up to $50,000. We talked with Dixon's fire chief during the 5 o'clock hour. He wasn't sure exactly what the cause was, but this was a fire that was devastating to that homeowner.
And on this Friday morning, we got to say hello to Harry Stockman in for Ashton today, and we're talking weekend forecast.
And he's looking forward to some sleep.
Yeah, I'm usually asleep at this hour. You know, I work the late shift.
This is your last day.
Yeah, I'll get through it somehow.
Well, we mentioned that it's Labor Day weekend, and it's a real bummer for me because it marks the end of summer, but it's going to be a real bummer for any of those who plan on drinking and driving.
That is correct. Police are working to make sure it is a safe weekend for everyone out there, especially those folks out on the roads. Let's check in now with News 10's Kate Larson live for us with the maximum enforcement efforts that are happening. Do not drink and drive. Kate, good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Jeff and Keepy. You know, there are very few benefits to drinking and driving. Sure, you might save a few bucks on the cab, but when you think about the other end of it, well, you might end up here.
New problems for the LAPD after a woman died in police custody. At least 5 officers are under investigation after the woman apparently suffocated in the back of a patrol car. They were trying to arrest her last month after she abandoned her children at a police station. The incident was caught on the patrol car's surveillance camera. The investigation is just coming to light after after another incident involving officers was caught on tape. Here's what happened in that one. A woman was pulled over by LAPD officers last week for allegedly driving with a cell phone. The violent arrest that followed was all caught on a gas station surveillance camera after what looks like she was slammed on the ground while in handcuffs. The officers appear to give each other fist bumps. The LAPD pulled the officers from duty as the investigation continues, and a captain was removed from command for his handling of the incident. Happy Friday. It's 5:24. Let's take a quick look at sports. We've got your scores covered. The Oakland A's continue their winning streak, beating the Indians yesterday 12-7. They host the Red Sox tonight in Oakland. Moving across the bay, the Giants beat the Astros 8-4 in Houston. The Giants are in Chicago to face the Cubs at 11:20 this morning. The Pacific Coast Southern Division Sacramento River Cats beat the Colorado Springs Sky Sox last night 3-2. They're in Salt Lake City tonight to face the Bees. And moving to college football, the UC Davis Aggies beat Azusa Pacific 41-3. Big blowout there. And the Sac State Hornets took on New Mexico State last night, losing 49-19. And don't forget, it is Friday, time for high school football, so here's the game plan for tonight. Nevada Union at Grant for our game of the week. Natomas at Lincoln for a fan game of the week. Folsom at San Ramon Valley. Roseville and Rio Linda. Colfax and El Camino. Wood Creek at Casa Roble, Pleasant Grove at Lincoln of Stockton, McNair at Bear Creek, Lodi at Sheldon, and Florin at Laguna Creek. Make sure to call in your scores. You can reach us at 916-321-3300 or text or email your scores at now@news10.net.
Now these students, if found, I guess, guilty of this, could get a year suspension. So tough consequences when you cheat.
It can happen at any school, Harry, even Harvard.
Even Harvard. Okay,
right.
Why are you looking my way?
Oh, no, I'm not saying you're a cheater. No, I'm just making a point.
Can't cheat with the forecast.
Right.
Well, we'll get your forecast throughout Good Morning America. You will keep us updated, Harry, and we will see you back here on News 10 and 9. Make it a great day, everybody.